is next for Hangman Adam Page. Good afternoon, everybody. It is John. It is Wrestlescope Weekly. Thank you very much for tuning in wherever you may be watching this right now. We are live on YouTube, on the Twitch, and also, actually, let me pull up my Twitch channel. We gotta bring up the channel. Yes, we do. Oh, and we gotta turn that down as well. That's actually not what I wanted. I don't want that. There we go. See, it always helps when you do things in the correct order. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said, we are live on YouTube, we are live on Twitch, and on Facebook Live as well, wherever you may be tuning in. Thank you very much. Please leave whatever comments you may have in the comment section on whichever platform you may be watching, and I will get to them as soon as I can. As always, as you can see scrolling here on the bottom, please give this video a like, give the channel a subscribe, and hit the notification bell whenever you get an opportunity to, so that way you know when we have brand new content available on this channel. Yes, it is a Sunday, and I'm doing Wrestlescope Weekly because, well, you all know what happened yesterday. You all know the big story. I was planning on going live yesterday afternoon, and the whole world just kind of blew up in wrestling. And I will get to that news because Fightful Select does have some updates on the news about Bray Wyatt, and I will get to that in a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the controversy that is going on within AEW after their main event at Dynamite. My thoughts on bad WWE booking again, and should WWE be concerned about the ticket sales for their live non-televised events? We'll get to that in a little bit, but first I do want to get to Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page, and yes, Brian, we will talk about that. We will talk about that. Frankie, hey. Oh, I'm sorry. That I maybe I shouldn't have put that up there. I apologize for that. Hopefully everything is going to be okay, my friend. We will talk some more. But I do want to talk about Hangman Adam Page. And he was in the 10-man elimination match, which opened Dynamite on Wednesday. It was Adam Page and the Dark Order taking on Kenny Omega and the Elite. And the stipulation was if Omega and the Dark Order won, if Hangman Adam Page and Dark Order won, Hangman would get a shot at Kenny Omega for the AEW Championship, which he's the #1 contender, and Dark Order, some group within Dark Order, would get a tag team title shot. And if they lost, then none of that would happen. And Hangman Adam Page, it came down to a 3-on-1. He came down to him and Kenny Omega. It looked like he was going to win, and Kenny cheated like he does. And Kenny used the belt. Kenny got the victory. And that means no title shot for Hangman Adam Page. And I know there was a lot of people out there that were upset. Over the fact that Hangman Adam Page lost, that he should get the match at All Out, that it's his time. And I'm the one that said 2 months ago, it's not the time for Hangman Adam Page. They need to stretch this out. This needs to go to, what would it be? Double or Nothing. Whatever the big pay-per-view in the spring is for AEW next year. Not Revolution, but Double or Nothing coming up in May of next year. That's when it needs to happen. It's not quite the time for Hangman Adam Page to win that title yet. And I had a whole bunch of people coming at me. They were arguing with me that no. Now's his time. It needs to happen. He needs to take the belt off of Kenny Omega. Guess what? Kenny's still got a lot to do with the belt collector gimmick. There's still things that have to play out here. And we're going to see this in the next 6 to 8 weeks. What else is still on the plate for Kenny Omega? it always works out that it is always best when the babyface is chasing the heel for the title. And the Hangman Adam Page redemption story is not over yet. This is just the latest hurdle he's got to overcome. He had to overcome Kenny basically turning his back on him and all of the drinking that Hangman ended up doing, and finding his friends in the Dark Order. And we finally saw it on Dynamite, where Adam Page and the Dark Order were united as one. They all wore the purple bandanas. They all did the Brody Lee claw. They all did it together. This is just step 2 in the evolution of Hangman Adam Page. What I would like to see, well, actually, I'm jumping ahead here. I believe what's going to happen next is Adam Page is going to align himself with Frankie Kazarian, and they will suddenly become elite hunters together. And I think they will be the ones to take the tag team titles off of the Young Bucks, or they will cost them the tag team titles. And the reason I say this is I saw a report today, and unfortunately I can't credit who I saw it from because I don't remember. It popped up on my feed, and I know it wasn't Fightful. I'm not exactly sure who. I don't remember who it was. I apologize for not being able to give proper credit to this. But the report said that as of right now, and let's see. No. I didn't want to do that. Shoot. Darn it. Hate it when that happens. Okay. I see where that came from. And let's do this. And there we go. My apologies for that, folks. I did not mean for that to jump up on the screen. Sorry. Please ignore that one. The report that I saw is that there are no plans in place for Hangman Adam Page to be involved in All Out on September 5th. Am I right on the date, September 5th? I think what's going to happen is Adam Page, we may see him this week or next week on Dynamite, and it's going to be I need to rethink what's going on here. I've got to figure out what I need to do, and he's going to go away for a little while. We're going to see him disappear for 4 or 5 weeks, and he will not be around. And this is going to open the door for some other things to happen, some other storylines to build up and whatnot. But I think that's what's going to end up happening is Hangman Adam Page is either going to announce or say in a backstage segment or something that he needs to go away for a while and rethink things. And the Dark Order will have his back and everything. And when he comes back, it's either going to be to help Frankie Kazarian, or they're going to come out together. But Hangman Adam Page, as of right now, the report is he will not be involved in All Out in Chicago. And a lot of the reasoning behind that is because of a certain somebody that is supposed to be making an appearance at All Out. Don't know if it's going to happen. And right now it appears that the next challenger for Kenny Omega is going to be Christian Cage. I don't know how I feel about that. I know Christian Cage has been involved with, the Matt Hardy family storyline and everything, has been aligning himself with Jurassic Express and really helping out Jungle Boy. Is he really elevated now to that big pay-per-view main event title scene? I don't know. I think this might just be a stop on the road to something else bigger that is going to play out at All Out and afterwards, I think that's what's going to end up happening. That Christian Cage is just a placeholder right now. I don't think that's going to end up being the main event. I think it is going to be something with Chris Jericho and MJF. That is probably going to be your main event of All Out. It has to be. If Jericho somehow gets through all 5 stages that MJF is putting in front of him, that's got to be the capstone to all of it, is right there at All Out, is Jericho versus MJF. Because if we're not going to get some sort of massive marquee match for Kenny Omega, and no offense to Christian Cage, he is not that main event marquee match. The only other thing I could think of is they are going to have that as the main event because something else big is going to happen. I don't know. But as far as Hangman Adam Page, again, right now the report is he is not going to be involved in All Out, which I think is going to disappoint a lot of people. I think a lot of people are going to want to see him there. But this is going to end up opening the door for things further down the road. And again, the way I would do it, to keep him out of that title picture, you saw Frankie Kazarian. He became the Elite Hunter because the Young Bucks were the reason that SCU is no longer together. Hangman Adam Page has gotten screwed over by Kenny Omega and the Elite numerous times. They have that unified front right there where those two can be the Elite Hunters, where they go, maybe they're the ones that, end up taking out the Good Brothers and they win the Impact Tag Team titles. That would be pretty cool if they won the Impact Tag Team titles. Somehow they cost the Young Bucks the AEW Tag Team titles. I don't know. They just start chipping away. And then months down the road, you finally get Hangman Adam Page as the AEW champion in another 8 months. Could he be the guy? I saw one speculation. Maybe he's going to go after the TNT title. I'd be interested in that, but I don't know if that really needs to happen. I want to see Miro have a really long run with this title. He needs it. He needs to have a long run with this title because as long as Kenny Omega is the AEW champion, Miro is not going to get anywhere near that title. And somewhere down the road, I would love to see Miro be the AEW champion. Even if it's just a short run, a couple of months as the AEW champion, he deserves that. I mean, he is a great talent. He got screwed over in WWE, never really got the big push that he should have. And AEW is his chance. Make him be this monster heel champion as TNT champion. And eventually down the road, when there is a babyface as the AEW champion, let him get a run. But like I said, as long as Kenny Omega is the champion, guys like Miro, guys like MJF are not going to even sniff the AEW title picture. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it really should be. So I think, again, Hangman Adam Page, it's going to be not until after Revolution before we start seeing him back into that picture again, where he forces the hand of Kenny Omega. He is going to do something that is going to force Kenny Omega to have to offer a challenge or accept a challenge from Hangman Adam Page. And if the reports are true, again, of a certain Chicago-based guy and a certain American Dragon showing up in AEW in the next 4 to 6 weeks, those two guys are definitely going to be immediate contenders for Kenny Omega. And obviously we have other things that are going on outside with Impact Wrestling and New Japan and possibly AAA, where Kenny Omega could get challengers in from there. Please let Switchblade Jay White become a challenger at some point in time for Kenny Omega. My goodness, I would love to see that happen on American soil. That would be absolutely fantastic. So that's kind of my thoughts. What do you think about what's going to happen next with Hangman Adam Page? Are you disappointed that they did not win, that he's not going to get the shot at All Out? And do you think what I say makes sense, or am I a blithering idiot once again? Because, I've been wrong on a few things in the past. It happens from time to time. Let's jump into a couple of comments here. Eric, good to see you, my friend. Malachi Black. No, he doesn't need a feud with Miro right now, and definitely doesn't need a tag with Archer. I don't want to see Lance Archer in a tag team with anybody. I love what they're doing with him right now. My goodness, I popped huge when Tanahashi showed up on AEW screen saying that he was going to challenge the winner of that IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship match. We're going to get Miro versus Tanahashi. Oh my goodness. I don't think it's going to happen in AEW. I don't know where it's going to happen, but man, wherever it happens, I need to watch this. Okay, Frankie. We'll get to that in a little bit, but no, that ain't going to happen. Brian likes what they did for Paige. Yes, it is more fun when the face chases, and glad somebody noticed it in the background. Yes. If you folks have not been watching Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, on social media, he has been pushing this big time. And unfortunately, I cannot give proper credit again. You know what? Hold on. I got to see if I have to give them credit for this. And I want to make sure I get it right. Oh, wait. Wait. Hold on. I think I just had it. Hate typing while I'm on live here, but sometimes we have to. Let's see. I want to give proper credit to this design, and why am I not finding it? It is not on there. What the heck? Why is it not on there? Ah, yes. Credit goes to the Wrestling Collection for putting this together. The Wrestling Collection at Work with TWC on Twitter. I have to give them appropriate credit for that. They didn't print this, but they made the design for that. But yes, it actually is a legitimate. It's a legitimate push, and I don't know if they're just. I don't know if this is a joke thing, but Duggan and DiBiase are both, they're selling merch for this. They're doing so many things. Yes. Is everybody has a price. The slogan, hold on. Let me show you this. This is off of the Wrestling Collection site. Let me get this up here real quick. Hang on. It takes too many doggone clicks of the button. Here is the t-shirt, and I don't know how well you can see that. Tough enough to run the race and rich enough to fund it. Gotta love that. I am really, really hoping that, it could be a legit ticket. You never know. I want to get a hold of either somebody at the Wrestling Collection or Ted DiBiase or Hacksaw Jim Duggan to talk about this. But the company I work for, I actually saved a picture of this off of the internet and actually printed it at the company I work for. So it actually is a yard sign. Let me get you here. I'll show you guys a close-up. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Yep, it's an actual yard sign. I may actually order a t-shirt. I love the t-shirt. This is great, though. I absolutely love this. So let's see if we can get that to stand up okay. I had to print this off because I wanted to, and I'm trying to get it to stand up straight now, and it won't. Can I get it to stand up? There we go. I think we got it. It's being blocked out by the logo, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, let's talk about this, Eric, real quick. Braun Strowman, yes, he is scheduled to appear at a show in Qatar in 2022. Now, I said this on my live stream yesterday talking about Bray Wyatt, that card subject to change. That's the deal always with wrestlers when they sign on for independent shows or shows that are not part of big companies, that card subject to change. If he signs on with WWE again, he will not be going to Qatar. If he signs with AEW, he might be able to. If the world shuts down and he can't travel, he won't be there. Okay? Lots of variables here. But yes, that is the report that is his first post WWE wrestling appearance, is supposed to be in Qatar sometime in 2022. I believe it's February. I don't have exact details on that. But you know what? Let's go ahead and jump, since we're talking Braun, let's go ahead and jump right into the giant story from yesterday that everybody in the wrestling world was talking about. And yes, I was even on for 45 minutes yesterday talking about it myself. I was on with Matt and Jeff and Aaron from the show Rules. We were talking about it last night as well. I'm going to talk about those guys in a little bit. Some things coming up with them. But yes, if you've been living under a wrestling rock and hadn't heard, it was announced late yesterday morning by WWE that they had come to the terms on the release of Bray Wyatt. Real name Wyndham Rotunda, but in the press, in the release, in the announcement on Twitter and on their Facebook page, all it said is WWE has come to terms on the release of Bray Wyatt. We wish him all the best in his future endeavors. Did not mention his real name, Wyndham Rotunda, which WWE has done in the past, not with every single release, but they have done it in the past. There were conflicting reports that came out yesterday, though the most substantiated reports from Dave Meltzer first on Wrestling Observer newsletter, and then confirmed by Fightful Select, is that the word going out to WWE talent, when the message went out to them, was that it was a budget cut. That was the report. I have heard from someone else that had a source. I am still not giving that person's name out, but this person had a source that said Bray Wyatt had requested his release. Now, obviously, everybody is leaning towards the side of the Meltzer and Fightful report because they are, they are kind of standard bearers in the wrestling news industry. I still believe that that is not the case. If it was budget cuts, I think there would have been more. Now, Fightful did report yesterday that they had heard that Bray Wyatt was on a previous list to be released, and it kept getting pushed back. But Meltzer reported that Bray Wyatt was scheduled for an August return, that plans were being made. Now, the same thing happened with Aleister Black. They had started doing the vignettes and the promos and everything, and all of a sudden he was released. So who knows? This is the latest report from Fightful Select off of their Patreon today. I'm going to read this verbatim. So, quote, talent was told that Wyatt's release was a quote-unquote budget cut, though we don't know if it was specifically cited to Wyatt himself. This created a gigantic amount of frustration within the roster, staff, and employees alike, with nearly 20 reaching out to Fightful directly, saying that there appears to be more to it, that considering that he's a known moneymaker. When it comes to merchandise and everything else, the consensus was that almost nobody in the company truly believed that this was a budget cut, citing Wyatt's popularity, merchandise sales, among reasons. Wyatt was well known within the company to move merchandise when he was an active performer, and several other longtime stars said they don't feel their jobs are safe any longer despite their positions on the card or prior pushes. That is the latest update on this from Fightful Select. And this begs a couple of questions. One, again, when Bray Wyatt is around, he moves a lot of merchandise. He has been a huge merchandise seller. So a budget cut, I don't know. His salary versus what he brings in, it kind of evens itself out, you think. And obviously, first of all, with Braun Strowman and now with Bray Wyatt, this has got to put a lot of people, and it's stated here from Fightful Select that several long-term stars don't feel their jobs are safe. With the exception of a very small, I'd say probably 5 to 7 people on the roster, I don't think anybody is quite honestly safe. I think right now, of currently contracted active wrestlers, I think, quite honestly, I think the only person that is truly safe right now is Roman Reigns. I don't think anybody else is. You can look, maybe AJ Styles, Roman and AJ. That's about it. I think are probably the two safest. I'm not going to include John Cena in that because he's only back short term. I'm not considering Bill Goldberg because he's on that 3-year deal, a couple of appearances, and I'm not including Edge. Okay. But anybody else, maybe you put a Randy Orton in that list, but really? Can you? Some people would say Charlotte Flair. I don't think she's untouchable. I really don't. I don't think anybody is safe in WWE right now. It's very frightening. It really is. Let's see. Let me look through some of these comments here real quick. Eric, yes, the picture has been out there. None of the Wyatt family. Now, obviously, Luke Harper, Brody Lee, John Huber is no longer with us, unfortunately. But the rest of the Wyatt family is all gone. And yes, it hasn't been the same since the loss of Harper. Hello, Raymond. How are you? Hope you are doing well. So, who knows? If we don't see any other releases here in the next week, whether it's NXT or main roster or whatever, I don't believe that budget cutback one bit. I think that is a bunch of garbage that was fed to Meltzer. I tend to side with the other person that I know that if this person says they got from a source that it was he requested his release. I was out here saying yesterday that I believe, without having any knowledge or anything, I believe he asked for his release, quite honestly. We shall see. Will we ever get the truth? Who knows? Is Wyndham Rotunda going to talk publicly about this? I don't know. He may not. I know a lot of people are trying to reach out to him to get comments from him. And I think he's going to be, I quite honestly think he's going to be very cautious on who he talks to. I wouldn't be surprised if he just kind of, it just kind of disappears for right now and bides his time and maybe comes out with a statement at some point in time. Who knows? Fire sale at the WWE. I don't know. I mean, that's been going back to the Braun Strowman release and then, the Aleister Black and all the other releases earlier that they're positioning themselves for a sale. I don't know. It's a possibility. It really, truly is. You're getting rid of higher contract talent. You're cutting the fat on the corporate level. You're still showing record profits. The Q2 profits just came out earlier this week. And I don't know. Oh, look at this. We have Tony Khan. Tony Khan in the house. Is he really Tony Khan? I don't know. Man, if that's really TK himself, I'm quite honored. Hey, I would love to get an opportunity for a whether a dark elevation or rampage or dark to be able to ring announce a couple of matches. Just pay for my airfare to wherever, maybe a hotel room if you'd like, Tony. But I would love an opportunity. I'm not asking for on Dynamite. Even let me ring announce a Nyla Rose match so Vicky Guerrero can come out and interrupt me and tell me to shut up or something. Please. I just one shot, please. I would love the opportunity to do it. Please. I won't go over the top of it. I promise. I will not do a Howard Finkel. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Madison Square Garden. I know that was terrible. I'm sorry. I am still holding out hope, though, that I am going to win the WWE SummerSlam TikTok contest to oh, wait. Oh, kayfabe. Oh, come on. Oh, you just ruined my day. Tony Khan. Oh, bummer. No, that's okay. I appreciate that. That is perfectly fine. But yeah, as of right now with the Bray Wyatt story, there really isn't any other news. It's only been, 28, 29 hours since it happened. I'm sure we'll get more details as the week goes on. But again, right now, the official report, WWE talent is saying they were told Wyatt's release was a budget cut, but a lot of them are not believing it. A lot of them are not believing it, and I don't believe it either. Whatever the case may be, if he had asked for his own release or if it was a budget cut, I just hope he's going to be okay. Not going to speculate on anything. I know a lot of people have been saying, oh man, he needs to be the new leader of the Dark Order. I would be willing to bet the one wrestling belt that I own that it's not going to happen. That he will not believe, or he will not be the new leader of the Dark Order. I believe Wyndham Rotunda would flat out say, no, out of respect for my friend John Huber, I cannot do that. He would not do that to that family. I don't think they're ever going to replace Brody Lee with a leader of the Dark Order. I think if anything, they're going to continue to go the route where they are, where Evil Uno is back to being kind of the mouthpiece for the group, but not the leader. Obviously, Hangman Adam Page is not the leader. He may be the big baby face, face of that group. They're not going to have another exalted leader, and that's the way it needs to be. Definitely. Now, could he end up in AEW? Yeah. I brought this up yesterday with the guys from the show rules that his 90-day no compete ends on, I believe I said it was Friday, October 29th, which is 6 days after Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory, which is their big show where they're promoting, all worlds colliding, Impact, AEW, AAA, who else did they say? New Japan, so many things happening. He can't appear on screen, but you could have something cryptic happen at that show, or it's 8 days before Full Gear in St. Louis. And you could have something mysterious, maybe not on the 29th, but that Go Home Rampage, which should be live in St. Louis. You have something cryptic happen, something dark and scary happen at the end of the show. Maybe not to Kenny Omega, but maybe a Chris Jericho, maybe somebody else, maybe Cody. Maybe it's Cody, who knows? And something ends up happening at Full Gear. I don't know. Tony Khan. Okay. Do you think WWE will pull some dirty tricks to try and ruin CM Punk's upcoming AEW debut? Well, his debut is not confirmed. Nothing. Everything, all the rumors are leading to him being in Chicago, either for Rampage or for All Out or for both. Is it? I will believe it when I see it. I don't think they're going to pull a what Eric Bischoff did when Mick Foley won the WWF title on that taped show. You know, when was it Tony Schiavone? I think he had Tony Schiavone talking about how, hey, you know, just so you know, over on the other channel, you know, Mick Foley ends up winning the WWF title because it was a taped show. It was a taped show. And will they try to pull something like that? No, they are not going to mention Phil Brooks, CM Punk, Chicago, nothing. They are not going to say a word. CM Punk's name is probably one of the most blacklisted names right now in WWE. It's not going to happen. They're not going to do anything on social media because all it was doing. Was it Bischoff? Oh, because that was, I can't remember if it was Schiavone. Yep, it was. Yeah, that was before Bischoff was outed as as being part of the New World Order. That's when he was still on commentary. But will WWE do anything? Absolutely not. I'm still not 100% positive that CM Punk is going to show up there. Until here, one of two things. One, until he actually shows up. Until he shows up on AEW television. Two, he tweets it himself. Or three, Fightful Select reports they have confirmed that CM Punk has signed a contract with AEW. One of those three things has to happen for me to believe it's happening. Yeah, they're not going to hype up a show for a competitor. Absolutely not. They are not going to do that. I would love to see him show up in Chicago, whether it be Rampage or All Out. I'd rather see All Out because that Chicago crowd is going to go absolutely nuts. And especially if Tony Khan works out a deal with Living Color for Cult of Personality, which obviously he's shown that he'll go out and spend the money for theme music for his wrestlers to be able to do that, because WWE no longer owns the rights to play that music. That contract ended. It's done. So, you know, if Impact wanted to do it, or if AEW wants to do it, AAA, if I wanted to spend the money to get the rights to have CM Punk show up on my show and use that as his theme song, I could. Not that I have that money, never will, but just saying, it's a possibility. So we shall see. Before I continue on, let me do this real quick. As always, don't forget, I am on other social media as well. I'm going to leave this up for a little while here so you can see them. If you're not following me on TikTok, Instagram, or on the Twitter, please give me follows over there. Also on Twitch. I need to get my Twitch going here. I need to start doing some other things with Twitch. That's been a little bit slow. I need to get things going there, but no, I was the one that deleted them. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my Twitch right now. But please give me a follow on all those different channels as well. Of course, and if you do have connections to Tony Khan, please help me out getting that ring announcing gig for even one match. Please let it be Ty Conti or Julia Hart or Thunder Rosa over on AEW Dark Elevation. I don't know if it's far-fetched. Yes, I know we've heard it a million times. I don't think it's far-fetched. I think this is the closest we've ever come to it. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the show is in Chicago. He's been having fun with it online too. We saw Darby Allin talk about best in the world. The AEW guys are having fun with it. That's what's making me second guess that it's really happening. And are people going to be super disappointed if he doesn't show up in AEW in Chicago? Heck yeah. People are really going to be disappointed. But that's just the fault of the fans. That's nobody else's fault but the fans. Okay? I'm going to say it right there. Will I be disappointed if he doesn't show up? Yeah, I'll be a little disappointed. Am I going to be pissed off at AEW? No. It's not their fault. You know, the wrestlers are having fun with it. CM Punk's having fun with it. They're trolling all of us right now because we bite into these things and we just immediately assume this stuff is going to happen. It's like let's say, hypothetically speaking, that tomorrow we get an announcement that Randy Orton has been released by the WWE. Now, go back to what I said about Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt released yesterday, 90-day non-compete ends October 29th, which is just before Full Gear in St. Louis. Let's just hypothetically say sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours, Randy Orton would get released. You could immediately say, holy crap, his 90-day non-compete ends November 1st. St. Louis is his hometown. He's going to show up at Full Gear. Fan speculation again. Now, I know I did it with Bray Wyatt, talking about when his 90-day non-compete ends. Okay. I did talk about that, but I'm a fan. I'm not a wrestling journalist. I don't claim to be one. I'm not a part of wrestling media. I am a wrestling fan that tweets, that does stuff on TikTok, and I do a live every week. Okay. I am not a wrestling journalist. Okay. That is saved for other people that do it full time. I don't. When I start getting a paycheck for this and I do it full time, then maybe I will start talking about myself as a wrestling journalist. But until then, I am a fan and I'm going to have fun with speculating things. Okay. I just am. It's mine and mine alone. I don't blame anybody else when things go wrong. Segue time. Speaking of things going wrong, oh my goodness, WWE Creative is doing it again. I don't know about you, but Monday Night Raw sucked. It was a bad show again. My worst fear about Nikki Ash is coming true. Yes, she won Money in the Bank, which was awesome. Yes, she cashed in the next night to win the Raw Women's Championship. And what are they doing to her? They're having Charlotte belittle her. She stands there and looks completely stupid while Charlotte and Rhea Ripley go back and forth and they're cutting her down. You're too small. Nobody cares about you. You're pretending to be a superhero. You're not championship material. All the stupid crap that they always do. They're overshadowing their champion again. How many times are they going to do this? They are making their champion look third-rate, a third wheel in a feud. Boy, what other Raw Women's Champion did they do that with in recent history? Oh yeah, Asuka. They did it to her too. And now they're doing it with Nikki Ash. That was one of my worst fears. I have this fear that she is going to lose the title at SummerSlam. And that really, what was this? This was just a placeholder for Charlotte Flair to win the belt again so they could get this awful feud with Charlotte and Rhea Ripley going again. I don't understand it. I really don't. I can't even remember. I didn't take notes. I don't even remember what the heck else happened on Raw. Oh, yeah. Karrion Kross beating Keith Lee. Keith Lee comes back. We haven't seen him in months. He loses in convincing fashion to Bobby Lashley. And then he loses in pretty convincing fashion to Karrion Kross. A Karrion Kross who actually was supposed to lose again for the second time in a row to Jeff Hardy. But Jeff Hardy, he came down with COVID. So he's out. They had to make a change in plans. Like, oh, hey, you know what? This match, that was a really great NXT championship match when Karrion Kross ended up beating Keith Lee. Hey, let's put these two back together again, but let's make Keith Lee look bad. Do not be surprised if in the very, very near future, we start hearing reports Keith Lee has requested his release from WWE. Because I'll tell you right now, he needs to get out of that company. He really does. Unless they turn something around with him, Keith Lee needs to get the heck out of that company and go somewhere else where they are going to respect him as a talent. Ever since he got called up from NXT, they haven't given a damn about him. They haven't. Yes, he got kind of a mini push at the end of last year. A very short, the 3-week run, but really nothing ended up happening with that. Lucas, how you doing, buddy? The whole Eva Marie. Now, before we go down that road, Eva Marie is not back because they released anybody. Okay, she's been with the company for 10 months now. But yes, Eva Marie, why? I said this during my live stream yesterday. WWE is being filled with the two types of people the pushes are going to the two types of people that Vince really likes. The muscle-bound, big, good-looking guys and the voluptuous women. That's the way it always is. Okay? That's why you have Roman Reigns on top of the card over on SmackDown. That's why you have Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre on top of the card with, I'm going to say, Jinder Mahal on Raw. That's why you have pushes for women like Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair and Eva Marie. Guys like Keith Lee are never going to get a solid shake. Guys like Kevin Owens are never going to get the super mega push. He gets over organically. Sami Zayn. Big E could be the exception to that. That's just the way it is. First of all, Piper Niven, I'm sorry, I can't call her by that stupid name. She is Piper Niven. She was absolutely fantastic in NXT UK. Yes, she is not your prototypical, bikini model kind of bodied wrestler, but damn, she's a good athlete. I'm not going to, I have to be careful what I say because I do not want to denigrate her at all. She is a good athlete and a good wrestler, and she is saddled with an absolutely horrific gimmick and is getting body shamed by, I'm sorry, a woman that everything about Eva Marie is fake. It's just the truth. Her hair is fake. Her tan is fake. I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah. Piper Niven deserves so much better. She really does. And yeah, she should have got a run in NXT, the main NXT. I think she would have done great there, not in this absolutely god awful whatever it is that they're doing with her. It's terrible. And Alexa Bliss has gotten drawn into this. Oh my goodness. Alexa Bliss, who should be in the title picture, is in a feud with Eva Marie. Why? Why are they doing this to her? Oh, yes. The whole Be a Star movement, the anti-bullying thing. And what are they doing? They've got Eva Marie bullying Piper Niven. Yeah, are they really even doing the whole Be a Star thing anymore? I don't think they are. I don't. Yeah. Speaking of controversies, and this is one that actually I have to laugh at, because the main event on Wednesday night on Dynamite was Chris Jericho in the Labors of Jericho, given a match by MJF against King of the Death Match, Nick Gage. And for those of you, again, that don't know who Nick Gage is, haven't seen his work, I was excited for him simply because I did see Dark Side of the Ring, the episode on Dark Side of the Ring. I wasn't really familiar with Nick Gage until I believe it was John Moxley brought up his name at one point in time. Then Eddie Kingston brought it up too. And then I watched Dark Side of the Ring and I saw his story. I'm not a big deathmatch fan. I've said this on here. I've said it on Twitter. No knock on the men and women that do that stuff. No knock on the people that are fans. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. But I have an appreciation for Nick Gage because this is a guy that literally hit rock bottom. You can't get much lower than Nick Gage got. And he has fought and clawed and battled his way back. And in the last 3 weeks, his name has been one of the biggest ones in the world of wrestling. He had the GCW match against Matt Cardona, which I think the timing of all of that just was kind of bad for him, losing that title to Matt Cardona, but then coming on and having a main event on AEW on television against Chris Jericho. And now the world is continuing to talk about him because Domino's Pizza, and I use that word pizza with them very lightly, is a little bit ticked off right now at AEW because they're a corporate sponsor on TNT of AEW, and they're not really happy because Nick Gage brought out the pizza cutter. Guess what? That's his thing. That's his gimmick. Along with light tubes, he uses the pizza cutter. Well, Domino's Pizza is a little bit ticked off. They may end up pulling sponsorship. And you know what? If I was AEW, I'd say, okay, you guys want to go, that's fine. Let's line somebody else up, whether it's Little Caesars, Papa John's, whatever it may be, Palermo's Pizza, Tombstone, whoever, Pizza Hut, I don't know, whatever pizza company, let them jump in and say, you know what? We're not going to have Nick Gage be our spokesman, but damn, this is a one-off. Who cares? Who really cares? If that's the biggest controversy AEW is going to end up having, you know what? They're getting free publicity. And in most cases, bad publicity is free publicity. There is no bad publicity, especially if it's free. I don't know. I don't know. But, that was the big level of controversy for AEW was Nick Gage. Was it my cup of tea? No. I kind of had a laugh because it really did look like a lot of fans were just like, they weren't like the, what was that? What was the thing that SmackDown was at a week ago in Miami? The Rolling Loud, was that it? Where those people really didn't give two you-know-whats for Bianca Belair and Carmella and Angelo Dawkins and was it Dolph Ziggler, whoever he ended up facing. They didn't care about the wrestling. They were just, where's my music? Yeah, whatever. Just flat. The AEW fans during the Jericho Gage match weren't quite like that, but I think there was a lot of people there that just didn't know what in the world to expect, what in the world to say, especially when those fluorescent light bulbs came out and they're starting to whip those things around, using them like lightsabers. And man, oh, yes, absolutely. Easy always said controversy means cash. Hey, AEW just got a whole bunch of mainstream free publicity, and I'm sure their YouTube channel got a whole bunch of hits when people are like, wait, what ended up happening? Who's this Nick Gage guy? What are they talking about? Yes. Oh, yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. And that it is going to be absolutely nuts in Chicago. Chicago is going to be crazy when they do that. But, yeah, I think that's actually it for the show this week. I have to watch the clock here because I actually have to leave in a few minutes again. You know, family things always happening. But, yeah, I think that's all I've got for this week. Obviously, stay tuned to my Twitter channel and here on YouTube. If anything major breaks again with the whole Bray Wyatt story, anything else, I will do my best to get on here. I do want to plug one thing again. And I talked about these guys last week, and I want to talk about them again. It is Matt and Jeff, the guys formerly known as Everrise and NXT. They are free agents now. They are free and available to sign wherever they want because their no compete is over. But they are doing their stuff over on, actually, they're everywhere now. They're on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Cameo, Facebook, whatever else I'm missing, you know, here on the YouTube. They are the Show Rules. Check those guys out. And Thursday nights they go live. They do Behind the Show Rules. 2 weeks in a row, I've had the opportunity to go live with them and be on their show, and they've been nothing but gracious to me as I've come on as a fan of them and letting me come on to the show. I greatly appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be doing some more work together. I'm going to reach out to the guys. I would love to get them on my stream and interview them real quick. And Aaron, who they work with as well, is doing a fantastic job. But please go find the Show Rules. Sounds the way I just said, the Show Rules on YouTube. Check them out. Find them on all their other socials, and definitely check out their live streams on Thursday night, Behind the Show Rules. And then they do their Saturday morning show as well. And they've been releasing various clips and whatnot during the week on their channel. But please go check those guys out. Let's bump their channel up and get them going big. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, you've seen my Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram scrolling there. But also, before I get out of here, please don't forget, hit the like, subscribe, and like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated every time new content comes on this channel. DiBiase Duggan 24, vote for them. They're the ticket. They're rich enough, and they're strong enough to win it. I'm John. Thank you very much for tuning in to Wrestlescope Weekly. I'm out of here. Have a great night, everybody.